Well, 3 men were arrested early this morning for what police call reckless discharge of a firearm in Mankato city limits. Around 12:20 this morning, officers responded to multiple reports of gunshots in the area of 703 North 4th Street. Witnesses told police 3 people had run into the home. Officers found several spent shell casings near the back door of the home, and police say the gunfire stemmed from what they call irresponsible behavior and was not directed at people. After executing a search warrant, officers say they recovered multiple firearms as well as a small amount of suspected cocaine. Charges are pending against 31-year-old Jose Hernandez Jr., 22-year-old Roberto Dominguez, and 26-year-old Wilson Fletcher, all from Mankato. Mankato police say that discharge of a firearm within city limits is a felony under reckless discharge statutes.
There isn't necessarily any intent to have anyone harmed, of course, in a situation like this. You're still, being reckless with the way that you're handling that firearm. You're waking up people that are waking up in the middle of the night to gunshots, obviously causes alarm and fear and concern.
Buckle also said that this shooting is not suspected to be connected to the shooting that occurred on 4th Street a few weeks ago, but anyone with information is asked to call Mankato Police at 911 or 507-387-8725.